Alrighty.
Yeah, I'm blind right now. I don't know
Yeah,
what we're gonna
sure.
talk about. But I'm excited.
So my name is Hope, Ocean of Hope.
Yeah.
Today we have
Haiku York, the ocean of fire.
Ocean of
Yeah, ocean of fire.
No.
Oh shit. Yeah.
Okay,
Are
perfect.
you ready?
Yes, I am
Alright.
ready. What is the color of your energy?
Red.
Okay, perfect.
Like exactly like that.
Wow. Okay.
That's it right there, guys. That's it. Okay, I like that. Yours is blue, like this.
I feel like the face is that I'm in black. I feel like it is part of me.
Your eyes are black.
Oh, really?
He's tripping, so that counts. Because like I feel like my baseline is the red, but then depending if something crazy is going on, it can switch. So if I'm being super intellectual, it might be more green, or if I'm like being attacked, I might be like more yellow or something.
Ooh.
It can switch, but for the most part, you got that red undertone. So what are you wondering?
Oh, your color of energy. The first question: what does it mean to live a good life?
That's a crazy question. A good life is subjective, technically. The baseline amongst everyone is that you are alive. If you're alive, you are living, and that is good. So beyond that, you have subjective goals. And I think universal goals, if we're going to go a little bit higher than just being alive, is health. You need to be healthy, feel good. Because if you're sick, you only have one goal, which is to get better. And the second thing is relationships. Because without relationships, life can't go on, which is back to the number one thing. We need to be alive. And life loses tremendous meaning because it's like being with people gives so much amazingness to life, where it's like if life alone is like a 1%, life with people is a 99%. So it's like that is really what makes life great is people. So don't forget that. If you guys are wondering, do I need people? The third thing is money or resources. So you can use these things to create more connections with people and to make life better. So you can prolong human life if you have enough money. Inevitably, the earth is going to not be habitable. So what are we going to do? We need to find another place to live. And how are we going to get that far into outer space when we only travel like 100,000 miles per hour with our fastest ship? That's not fast enough. We need more quantum physics. We need something that can wormhole our way through space and get to other planets that we can live on. So a lot of life is important, but you have to choose. It's okay, chicken life, cow life, human life. Let's choose the humans because I'm human, so I'm biased towards that. That's health, wealth, and relationships. Those are like the foundation of life. Are you healthy? And then are you improving your health all the time to try to become healthier mentally and physically? And then are your relationships good? Do you have good relationships with people? Do you have relationship skills where you can connect with people? And are you improving that, expanding your network and also the depth with the individuals you already know? And then do you have enough money to sustain your own life and then to help others? Are you working towards a way that you could possibly prolong human life indefinitely, even when the universe ends, possibly figure out how to travel amongst other universes or parallel realities or other dimensions? Yeah.
I'm new to this. I know that YouTubers have a bunch of things to say to get people engaged or to subscribe.
Hit like.
Right. Yeah.
If you want humanity to last forever, hit like.
Exactly.
Comment the TNT, the nuclear bomb emoji below. We did everything.
For the next question.
I'm wondering. That's a hard act to follow. I don't know. It's a lot.
Yeah.
Oh no. It's good. What's a good life? Okay. Put some thought
What
into
is a
it.
good life? Yes. To me, I feel like living life to the fullest. Experience things that a lot of people, when they're healthy, right? When they're able to do things, sometimes they might take it for granted. I'm one of them. I feel like I'm not doing enough. And I've been spending quite some time with my grandpa, who was in the hospital for 3 weeks because of the second big stroke that happened. He basically lost all the function in the body. He can barely say a word. Yeah.
This kind of reminds me of when you're just going about your life. Maybe you're not feeling great. You just feel bad about not making enough progress. And then you see people really suffering. It reminds you how grateful you are. If you see somebody crutching around, like a coworker, and they can't walk, you're like, oh man. Sometimes seeing this other suffering is a good reminder for gratitude. But what you're saying is to remember that your life is good and then to use that fulfillment and gratitude to actually enjoy the life you got. Otherwise, you could be saving the world and everything, but if you aren't remembering that this is awesome, then it won't be awesome.
Which is We're gonna go to the next question.
What makes you happy is, well, possibly like just neurochemicals, like dopamine and stuff, serotonin, they make you happy. And then what gives you that? But then I would say the first answer I think of is what makes me happy is myself. So I make me happy by engaging in things that will make me happy. Even if it's other people making me happy, I still need to choose to engage with that person for them to make me happy. So definitely that progress is a huge thing. So if you have a goal and you make progress towards that, even if you're failing, even if you're just like really sucking, you're like working and slowly building progress and you're learning, you're like, okay, I'm understanding this more, what it looks like. I'm going down the path and it's lighting up. That makes me happy. So I think that's having a goal and working towards it makes me happy fundamentally.
Great, which leads us to the next level.
Yeah, we're getting even deeper.
Right.
Dante's 7 levels of hell.
So what's
The goal?
You can start from the goal and what we can do.
So that's like encompassing all of
Humanity.
all of consciousness.
Yeah.
And all consciousness has a goal, probably back to preserving your life. So like the goal is don't die. That's like goal number one. Rule number one. Don't prematurely die.
Right. Before you live a good life.
Yeah.
And have a good death. What is
Yeah.
a good death?
Do you want to die? That's another question. Whereas if you
Like make this life so good that
you're ready to die.
Yeah.
You're like, if your life is so good, you're like, I can die now. That's how you know you're living a good life. You're like, all right, yeah, that can come and go. Sometimes it's like you'll feel like you're living, but the neurochemicals wear off, and you're like, okay, no more dopamine. My life sucks again. Then you need to go do more great stuff. That's the great thing about life is it's like your fitness or the progress and all these things. You can't just achieve a good relationship or achieve a good state of mind. You need to constantly be pushing it forward, or it's like everything's constantly falling down, and you're like going backwards constantly. It's like a meter that's constantly draining in a video game, and so it's like you need to constantly get back up in different ways, or you're gonna be sad or not having a good life or not achieving your goals. The goal is to make progress. And yeah, I guess my goal is to be like richest person in the world, have the most kids in the world, invent teleportation so we can travel the universe.
Wow.
And make it a lot better to be easier to be healthy. All like the health stuff that we know about, make that way more mainstream, like improve hospitals or make better hospitals. Yeah, make it way healthier to be humans. So heal humans, heal animals, and then heal the earth. So with pollution and things we're doing, we kind of make technology or better practices to fix these pollution sources. If I had to choose between saving Earth or making it possible to travel the whole universe, I would choose that because it's like saying, okay, do you want to keep your $100 you have now or get access to like thousands of $100 bills out there? Okay, I'll choose that one. I'd rather choose the teleportation, focus on that than healing the Earth now. It's both very important. You know how to take care of a planet. That's going to be important because we're going to go to other planets. We're going to need to know how to take care of that too.
Exactly. Yeah, because when we imagine this new place, it's going to be starting from blank. But the problem is we don't start from zero because we bring what's with us. So what do we bring to a different dimension?
Yeah. If we go to another planet, we just start drilling for oil and
Right,
fracking.
exactly.
Like,
Again,
that's not the healthiest thing to do. And this is also an interesting thing where like a solution today is the direct cause of a problem tomorrow. Without oil, it would have been really hard to expand this quickly into industrial age because that's a lot easier to convert into energy than like electricity and solar. It's a lot cheaper just to burn it.
right.
It created a great solution to our energy needs. But then it's creating another problem, which is like greenhouse gas and pollution, air quality, water quality, stuff like that. So you got to watch this in your life because you can see, oh, this is the solution. This is going to help me make progress towards my goal. But then you need to be adaptable enough to say, okay, what worked then is not the best thing for me to do now. And I need to let go of what worked in order to commit to this better thing that's actually going to be a healthier choice in the long run. Because ultimately, this goal is to have a long run success, not just like now. Because like the people that own the oil company, they're like, we're doing pretty good now. Right. Long run.
How long?
Yeah,
I don't get it. For how long?
And so it's very scary and a lot of risk involved to trade what works now for something better. So it's, let's say you have a relationship that's good but you're like, I don't really see this relationship going very far in my future, or it's like maybe somewhere you live is just as good, but it's not really what I want, or it's something you do, like your passion, your career. It's like, this is getting me money, but it's also not giving me what I ultimately want. And so I'm an advocate for you practice while you have it. Don't just burn the boats and be like, okay, forget where I live and just move randomly, or forget my career, just quit randomly, or leave your partner randomly. Is okay, let's cultivate my business skills and my relationship skills and see, let's find better opportunities. So I know, because you might just think there's a better career out there and maybe you'll never find it. You have enough time to do a lot of things at once. Do that.
How did it go so far?
I feel good. I like this.
I haven't counted yet.
3 or 4.
Oh,
if you remember which question we're on, comment below because we'll read the chat.
My attention span is 3 seconds, so
Yeah.
I need to be reminded of where we're going.
Where are we? What's going on? If you guys have a long attention span, comment. You're one of the very few people that have watched this whole thing. 1 in a million, 1 in 1,000.
Nah, I watch a lot of podcasts, so I feel like I've seen one that is saying that how modern or upcoming the future generations are feeling lost and they lack a purpose. And so I'm thinking maybe this channel can do something about that to
Give purpose.
no, just to remind people to brainstorm.
So the problem they're talking about in podcasts is that the future generations have to hope for the future. They don't see it turning out good.
Yeah, so that's what Jane Goodale said. She's saying that if young people lose hope, what's
Right.
left?
It's just like where I say people should have kids, because if they don't have kids, imagine if your parents didn't have kids. Where would you be? You'd never exist. If the kids don't have purpose or something to work on, then the future is pretty much in their hands. And it's like they might just continue in the already laid out. It might be inertia. Like what works today will lead to the downfall of humanity if we don't evolve it. If we keep agriculture the same, if we keep healthcare the same, if we keep energy the same, it will end humanity a lot faster than if we keep improving it. So you need innovative minds. You need ambitious people that see, okay, we have some optimistic view of the future. It can be better. And we can solve problems. We're pretty creative. Why is it that humans are so creative compared to a lot of animals? Why are we such builders and inventors and stuff? Or are we like some alien species came down and they were altering and testing our genetics and mixing it with some crazy other species in the universe?
Alien versus Predator.
Like Arnold Schwarzenegger or something?
Yeah.
Okay.
So Alien, there's a series on channels. I think it's a horror channel or sci-fi channel.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But they're doing like some sort of genetics testing or something, like where they're developing new species.
You know the face hugger, right? Yeah. So it
I know from Half-Life, it's the face huggers. Valve, like those game hugger, it's like, what's it doing to you?
So it
This
basically implants the alien into your lung, and then it bursts out from here. The classic alien. That's like the most cinematic.
That's
you know.
classic.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
Just something pops
There
out
goes.
from your chest. Yeah, and then I guess it's like mixed with your DNA. It's like the alien mixed with your DNA.
Okay.
So every time it goes into a different species, it's like a new mixture of a species that's adapted to Earth more than the aliens that gave their egg.
Is this even in frame? Okay.
I turn on the wire 0.5. So I
Wide
think so.
shot. Yeah. Where do humans come from? That's my question. Yeah.
Because
Did
we're
it start
still-
on Earth? Or like the life that's on Earth, did it start on Earth?
Right, because
there's
yeah,
life
because
other
we
planets.
cannot find.
So there's most definitely life in the universe. You have a universe, right? And then there's 100 billion galaxies in this universe. They're estimating. And then there's
Right.
per galaxy 100 billion solar systems. And if you times 100 billion solar systems by galaxies, you have 20 sextillion. And so if you have 20 sextillion solar systems in the universe, the odds are there's definitely other life in those solar systems. So that gets me very excited because there's probably a lot of it. But then what about the stuff like us that's really smart? They can create technology and even traveling the universe now. That would be cool. It's like when you think of that scale of the whole universe, even if we had teleportation and we could instantly travel to anywhere in the universe, it would take tillion teleports one way. But then if we're trying to get the data back, it would take tillion just to get to the solar systems, not even to every planet in those solar systems.
Right.
And that would take 1,000,000 years or something. So you need millions of these things teleporting, like for like thousands, maybe hundreds or millions of years to actually map out the whole universe. So it's like, we got to get on it. Like teleportation isn't as fast as we think if we're trying to check out the whole universe.
Do you feel like there are species that are more advanced than us and they have visited Earth?
Oh, the odds are there's definitely more advanced species than humans in the universe, but I don't really know if they visited here or not. I think there's probably some sort of like aliens that we've talked to or contacted. I've seen some weird stuff. So, like, maybe I've seen 2 instances of aliens that were like, okay, what the heck is that? On a clear night, I could probably show you a lot where there's like satellites. They're just satellites, right? They're moving, they're just going in a straight line, but then often 1 in 100 of these things, they'll just stop in the middle of the sky, like a satellite's going, boom, it stops for 5 minutes. And then sometimes it alters the trajectory too. So it's going, and then boom, turns like a right turn, and so it's, why is it turning and then stopping and then speeding up? And so it's like it'll stop, accelerate, and stop, and so it's not steady like a satellite would be. So it's really weird. I pointed those out to a lot of people, but then like maybe 2 years ago, I was in my backyard doing pull-ups, and it was exactly 3 a.m. when this happens, because I looked at my phone right after. I was like, oh my God, 3 a.m. There was a light, one of these lights. It was white, big, like maybe 5 foot, 5 foot circle, like a giant frisbee. It was 5 foot wide. And it just went over my head, like 100 feet up. And it was like over the trees. And I was like, what the hell was that? Was that some military thing, or was that an alien? I don't know, but it was silent and it went really quick. Maybe there is aliens. Have you ever seen any alien stuff before?
But I'm not sure because it looks familiar, but doesn't look that alien looking. I was on a summer trip in the North Cascades, and my friend and I saw this together. We're just chilling by the water, and then we're surrounded by mountains and trees. All of a sudden, there's something that shoots out from the trees, and it just like that.
Like
and we're not sure. It looks like a missile.
So was it bright? Like it was emanating light, or it was just like opaque missile?
Yeah, it looks like a white missile. Shot, yes.
It was really fast?
Yes.
So it was like really big, or what? Like how big do you think it was?
I'm not sure because it's from distance, It looks like a toothpick from here.
But it was probably bigger if you were close to it, but you were so far away, it looked like a toothpick. And it came out of the trees, or just like in the sky?
From miles away.
Okay.
So it went this way. And then it didn't go straight up. So it went that way. I was like, what happened? Because we were blocked by mountains. Yeah, we're surrounded.
That's crazy.
Yeah, we're chilling by the lake.
Whoa.
After a hike.
So let us know.
Yeah. Next question.
Okay, let's go.
Have you experienced deja vu?
Yeah, a lot. So this is a very interesting thing, because the underlying assumption with deja vu is we can see the future. Because if we couldn't see the future, we wouldn't have experienced it before it happened. And I think the most times I've had deja vu is like right in REM sleep, where I'm just waking up, just going to sleep, like alpha frequency of brain. And Thomas Edison, I just learned, he was all about this. He was always in like the between a fully awake and asleep. He'd have a metal ball in his hand. So when he fell asleep, it would fall into a metal plate and make noise, and he'd wake back up. I think Nikola Tesla did this, but I know Einstein did this, and he got all kinds of crazy ideas. Einstein had a crazy sleep schedule. He would like constantly he would sleep 2 hours and then wake up, and then 2 hours. Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you.
We're just having a conversation into a banana. That's all we're doing.
Maybe.
Can I use your staff later?
No,
Are you leaving?
I'm gonna play with it.
Okay. Someone's got one. I think I
Yeah,
can
this
use
will be
that.
all this-
Nice.
This is carbon fiber, and
Oh.
I'm still getting used to the body. Yeah, no, it's UV reactive. Hey,
Mm.
which was the
Which one is what?
I could see it doesn't glow. It's just
Beautiful.
reactive.
That's great.
It does.
It's on fire.
Wow.
Paint though. We just like have a party where everyone just like blacklight paints all over
Right.
it. Like that'd be super cool.
Right.
Yeah. Deja vu. So deja vu is, I think it comes from that sort of alpha frequency where we're tapped into this thing. So if we have deja vu, it means we can see the future. So if we really practice, we can actually look into the future, and then possibly we can look into the past, and maybe we can look in, because deja vu is just like seeing our future. We're seeing what we're going to experience in the future. But maybe we can also see what other people are going to experience in the future. Like maybe that's what dreams are. Maybe dreaming is experiencing life through someone else's eyes. I was like, well, what if someone's dreaming right now and they feel just like us, they're doing what we're doing? I don't remember all the deja vus I've had, but it's been crazy. Like a lot of coincidences happen. Like you'll be thinking of someone that you haven't thought of in years, and then they text you. Or some crazy stuff like that. Have you ever experienced really weird coincidence? Like how is that explainable? Or maybe you'll be going to an area, like you haven't been there years, but you're traveling to Texas, for example. And then your friend that lives in Texas texts you. And you're like, whoa, what the hell? How did you know I was coming? So you ever experienced like coincidences like that? Because I just did. It was like my friend in LA. They were like, hey, what's up? How's it going? They haven't talked to them in like a year almost. And I'm going to LA next week. I was like, what the hell? The universe has a lot of this sort of magic, like what we call coincidence, which is, oh, that seems really strange. What are the odds of that? Extremely low odds things happening more times in a lifetime than would make sense. It's like maybe once in a lifetime, but if this is happening and you're paying attention to it, like 5 or 6 or 10 times a year, what's going on here? There's some sort of magic happening. We can see the universe. We know it better than we can. So we can practice deja vu. We can practice like remote viewing almost. So like the CIA practices remote viewing. So have you experienced deja vu or like weird coincidences?
Yeah, I was just talking about that with Nico too, that some deja vus happen so early on that when you became an adult, you see that and you're like, wow, I've seen this when I was little.
Yeah.
Yeah. And to me, I feel like I have imagined a lot of big dreams, and I feel as I'm progressing through life, I'm hitting a lot of my goals that I set, but I forgot about. So now I look back, I was like, oh, I always wanted to do this.
What have you done that's always your goals?
Yeah.
Maybe
Traveling.
You forgot you had this goal as a kid, but then you did it and you're like, oh, I did have this goal.
Term intention that it lives in my subconscious. Traveling by myself and meeting friends from around the world and having different perspectives.
What is your goal?
I feel like this could be something that I might do for my whole life.
Heck yeah. I realized something the other day, which is the secret to success in the AI age. The secret to success is do what other people don't have the balls to do. Because there's way less competition for that stuff. If it's a no-brainer, we're going to make success that way. There's so many people going for that. But if there's like that will make us successful, but that's really sketchy. Way less people try to do that. And so in the same way, AI is programmed to be politically correct. So the more like you can be one-sided politically or even both ways, but you can be extreme in your opinions and like just point out extreme opinions. This is how you can compete with AI because it tries to be like keep stuff in the middle. So yeah, if AI gets extreme, that's gonna be extreme. Yeah. So you have a goal to make this channel big and get that sort of views and change the world and make them inspired or make a bunch of ad revenue. What do you think you want to do? Like the best case scenario with this channel?
Good question. So I learned that basically everything in life is like controlled by 3 big corporations. When you go to the supermarket, like 99% of the things that you see in the supermarket on the shelf by 3 companies. All of them, no matter how big you think they are, how independent they are. And most of the time, green is just for greenwashing. It's not.
Almost all brands eventually get acquired by one of these big companies.
Exactly.
And some that are new, they're not quite acquired yet. But if they get successful, the other company buys it because assets is what's important. It's like selling a house is never the good idea long term. Because if you're renting it for a profit, let's say $100 a month profit, and you're like, that's only $1,200 a year profit. That's not much money. It's going to go on indefinitely. So possibly infinitely into the future, if you keep repairing the house, you'll have a profit. But people, they want it fast. So they're like, I'll just sell the house now and get 50K profit or something. But the big companies know we need to buy all the assets because that is infinite. That's going to be infinite return. It's not just like a quick sale. If you're really looking at the value of something, you always keep the asset unless it's like you're trying to scale something and you need more money now. But then it's better to get a loan from somebody and use other people's money against your thing to grow it instead of trying to sell your thing outright. It's always better to hold the asset. Like, why would you sell a house for money to go do something, even invest? If you can just get a loan, like a refinance for the house, keep the house and get the money anyway. Why would people do that? It's going. What was the question again?
I thought I was the only one with ADHD.
Oh, no,
Undiagnosed.
I was pretty good at keeping on track so far. Right. It was somewhere about what Kroger was doing with all the brands.
Oh yeah. So everything's owned by 3 big corporations, right? So how do we regain power from corporate control?
We trade an asset, and then it's through acquisitions. Like at the highest level, there is no passion of the craft. There is only businesses buying other businesses. And the biggest businesses like Amazon, they don't really build anything new. They're just buying a business and including it. Like Microsoft, they'll buy a business and latch it on. This is what the billionaires do. So he made United Rentals, which maybe you've seen. It's like they sell generators and scissor lifts. He goes around, he's like, there's no place. Let's buy all these rental companies around the US together, and it's worth 10 or 20 billion or some amount of billion.
Wow.
Like a company, a lot of people want to sell, so I don't want to run it. I'll just take the money for it. And then when you have the money, they'll run off and do their own thing. But then you have all these assets. And it's easy to get a loan for that sort of thing. Because the bank is, you're buying a cash flowing asset. Here's the money for it. So the hard part is you need enough money for the down payment. Then you can just
come back with the red light.
You must end corporation control by becoming the big corporation. I guess that's it. Otherwise, there's the Fight Club approach, which is like just destroy them, and through violence there is success. In this world, it seems our rights are only being protected by violence. This is why you need to have enough force or weapons to protect yourself. Yeah, so protect yourself out there. Don't let yourself be taken over by some corporation or something. Is it bad that there's only 3 companies doing all this stuff? Like, maybe not necessarily if they have some ulterior motive or just trying to make money, right? Maybe there's more competition because they have all the advertising money. So if you're a small company, it's harder to get your voice or get your product out there because they have all the shelf space already.
But what if they control water, food source?
And then they can just so it's a monopoly basically, which is a problem because then they're deciding, okay, now that we own everything. So it's not monopoly, but it's basically a monopoly because they're like, okay, we're going to raise gas to this. And they're like, all right, there's 3 companies, that's it. So because there's no competition, they can do whatever they want. So that's like a monopoly, and you can bribe your way out of monopoly. And be like, oh, you don't like monopolies? We love monopolies. We're the government. We approve of that.
Planet.
That is one big hindrance, which is to reverse problems, you need new solutions. And new solutions compete with old solutions. And old solutions are already making a lot of money. So because of that, there's like a natural skepticism. Most people are naturally skeptical, but they don't want to believe in something new. They veer towards safety. And
holy shit.
Yeah, people want safety. And so because of that, they're not going to be able to.
So do you think Americans are too comfortable with their lives? Do you think there's one point that people will start to get off the couch?
If we don't have food, then people are like, it's amazing where like people just don't eat for one day, then they'll be extremely motivated to riot. Of all the things that we could lose, telecommunications, gas, food, the electricity would be the most immediate to change society radically. If we just lost the power grid, then it'd be like, oh, okay, we can't charge our phones, so it doesn't matter if the telecommunications are up or not. We can't travel and transport food anymore. Yeah, losing electricity or losing food would be definitely enough to get people to change. But without that, people are like, I'm eating, and so I'll just keep doing my thing. I guess, why do you think you want, or what's the benefits of having this sort of revolution? Like, what do you think is the benefit of that?
Yeah, because a lot of times if you see through money, it's basically control of resources, right? Yeah, and when you look at water bottling companies that are selling natural resources that should be free, and a lot of people's water sources got taken away because of these big companies trying to.
Really? So whose water sources got took?
I think some people living in the mountains.
Okay. So I guess this water thing, like we can still go get free water from some springs, but they're charging like a convenience fee
and bring the water here, yeah.
And then, okay, that's a good service. So here's a good thing. Like, I think capitalism is not fundamentally bad because if they were not providing value, we would not pay. But here's where it can get tricky. If they take away the ways to go get it for free easily.
Yeah, what if they just take all the water?
Much we can do.
Just like how we're feeling that trees should be standing and should not be.
Yeah.
So when do we stop at some point because the resources are finite?
Yeah. So there's a balance here. There is a way, I think, to balance with nature where we can have it in symbiosis. And there is a population limit. You cannot have every square foot of Earth filled with humans or really deep in the ground or really high. But possibly we could have such efficient water purification and such efficient food growth, like power generation, that you actually could have basically as many humans. The only space, the space that we take up with our farms and then physical space. I think that's the real commodity, the physical space, like land, super high buildings, and then really deep into the ground, and then the ocean too. Another thing I want to do is make a city on the Pacific Ocean because it's like free real estate. You just got to bring some boats out there or create some floating islands, and then boom, we have a new country. And so, yeah, I think people might be worried about commodity, water, and stuff more than the space. We have a lot of space to go. At our current way of doing things, pollution bottleneck. We're overly polluting before we run out of water or food because it's going to be too hard to grow our food or to breathe or to stay healthy in the environment of Earth because it's being polluted too much. So I think that's one of the bigger problems for maintaining human life into the future is to keep the Earth healthy enough so that we could figure out how do we infinitely scale the population until there's no more space on Earth. But yeah, that's probably what you want to do is like a healthy way to make food, water, and power. Yeah, I guess metal. Like we're going to need to start mining from space because, or we can create it from wood or something. What sort of things can grow quickly? So it's like maybe we could go really deep if we had really well insulated. And then because there's so much rock in the Earth, we could make a lot of rock and stuff. So yeah, this is like, how do we make a really big population on Earth? I think we're very far from being overpopulated right now. In fact, I think people need to have more kids. I think that's the issue. If you look at it, most of the Earth is not populated by humans. It's like big cities like this, but then in between the cities, it's like all countryside. So we're far from that issue. But I guess the idea is, how do we maintain humanity's presence on Earth as long as the Earth can survive naturally? And then help Earth, like maybe the moon is drifting away. So what might end the Earth before the sun explodes is the moon goes too far away. So maybe we just strap a whole like propulsion and then bring the moon a little closer. So jetpack the moon closer. Or then maybe we can make a synthetic sun. If the other sun, like if it's going to explode, we can capture it in a force field so it doesn't like engulf us in flames. And then, okay, we've captured that into a force field. Maybe we can harness it into a new synthetic sun. That's not my job, but it might be possible. But I guess can you have the vision of it? And then if you work on something long enough, this is what's crazy about projects. Like you have a vision for something. It's so many people start from scratch. This is where they say no one knows what's going on because most projects are started from scratch. A lot of it is people don't even know which knowledge to pull on because there's so much knowledge in the world. If they just knew, they could pull on a lot of the great knowledge in the Earth and then use that for their project. Because it's way too much trial and error. So they figure out their own systems. So it's inefficient. And it's very advanced AI. Okay, this is what you need to know for your project. It's not trying to hide anything. A lot of people are not transparent about price. So you're maybe looking for a product and the price of this thing. You don't know. If everyone just made good products, everyone was transparent about price, it would only be competing on quality because it wouldn't be competing on price. It would just be like, all right, we know what all the prices are. Why would we buy something of less quality for the same price? Because there's so much marketing, you can get lost in there. And you just buy what's convenient. So because of chaos, convenience becomes the new thing on the internet. All right, I like that. All right, let's shake it. Let's see what you got.
Did I ask you what we can do collectively to make the world?
If everyone worked together, we would make so much more progress. I made a video that was like, if everyone on Earth gives me $1, I'll have $8 billion. But it didn't get that many views. I got no money out of it. So if you were friends with everyone on Earth, you could do tremendous things. We could be like, okay, it's this person's turn to get $1 a day, and you can do that for a lot of people. You can make a group of people rich very quickly. That sort of Ponzi scheme, but it's like investing in a project. So if you got enough people together, buying a business that's worth billions of dollars,
Right.
or building a city or creating a better technology would be a lot easier. And a lot of people that were interested in it, because a lot of people are interested in doing this. It's just
Right.
they're not communicating with each other. They don't know how to
Yeah.
contact them. So we just need big groups like Facebook group or like a chat group,
Right.
where we can all say, hey, okay,
Exactly.
let's all put our resources into this.
Right.
It's a very small thing for us. If you have enough people, to make a huge difference. That's what we can do collectively. That's a great thing. You got to contact more people. You got to
Exactly.
reach out to them.
Just like what we're doing now.
And it's because humans, we have a limited memory.
Yeah.
So it's like, how many projects can we actually reach out for at once? Can we reach out and be like, hey, I'm doing these 10,000 projects. Can you read through that and tell me which one you want to invest in? Because it's like, that's a lot.
Right.
So it's like, if you have one project, then it's all right. Now let me go out and contact everyone, see who wants to do that.
Yeah.
And then the more people you contact, then it's okay.
So I'm not sure if you're familiar with GameStop and how owned by retail investors.
Things like Wall Street or something.
So do you think that is something that can be done? Like the people can concentrate on their wealth, and the company does not have to focus on one product. It could be different services, different concepts, like living situations or sponsor programs or starting local projects drills wells for people who are in need.
So the more projects you have is the less resources you can put towards anyone.
But people can vote on the videos.
That's good too, because then that is like saying, hey, here's a list of ideas. Which one do you support most?
Analysis.
Yeah, that should be a thing where you're like, because maybe the one idea you have for well drilling, they don't care about. Maybe house building, they do care about. And they're like, okay, I'll invest in that.
How to build more sustainable and cheaper houses.
Yeah, I think people need to be way more comfortable with investing and saving, this sort of thing. So it's because maybe they're not comfortable with delaying gratification. There's almost like a disease where they just got to spend their money.
Term planning is hard. Huh?
There's another disease though, which is, okay, you're not spending your money at all, and you're not even investing it. Me, where I'll save all my money, but then my disease is I won't even invest in a good project because I'm like, I'll just save a little bit more, then I can buy a better one. And it's very diminishing returns after a while. You can save 100K and do something, but it's going to take you a lot longer to save $1 million. So really, you should save what you can in maybe 6 or 8 months of saving and invest that, and you can multiply a lot faster. That's what people should be doing. And then they can all come together better too.
Yeah.
So this sort of education should be a thing, because if everyone only has $10 to invest, it's going to be a lot less than if everyone had $1,000 to invest. Just from simple education, like everyone in the US at least could have $1,000 saved relatively quickly. If they just knew, okay, maybe let's not do this, or let's stop renting houses and live in the cars for a few months or something. If everyone collectively did that, you have a lot of money to put into a project. How do we make Earth better, like healthier, and then humanity healthier? And then how do we make eventually a way to travel the universe better to make life more broad and healthier as well? We should definitely make it some sort of platform where we're getting more people and being like, here's a list of ideas. What do you care about? And then we'll have a link to some group like WhatsApp chat group or a Facebook
Reddit.
group. Reddit.
Yeah.
Reddit's great. Yeah. There's probably already, this is the crazy thing about knowledge. There's probably a bunch of groups like this right now.
Yeah, of course.
It's so easy. But the crazy thing is it's also so easy to be distracted.
Yeah.
It's like doing nothing. Just watch videos that lead to nothing when there's like a million different projects that we can do.
Yeah.
Just with a tiny bit of time, 5-minute research, you can discover something that changes your life every 5 minutes. But instead, what are we doing with our time? Time is a very valuable resource because of the internet right now, what we can achieve and reach with that. But then you got to know the knowledge. You got to know where to look, and then what you even want to look for. If you know what you're looking for, you'll find it. And then you'll be like, okay, now we're doing good.
Hey, because
We're saving the world.
Yeah, what's your vision to a more ideal world? Can you visualize it? Can you
Yeah.
help me look at it from your perspective?
I think everyone's richer and healthier. Everyone is richer because they understand finances more. Everyone's healthier because they understand health more. Everyone has better relationships because they understand that more. That's very easy. If you just have the knowledge with what you have right now, it takes a certain courage to give up what you have, which is free time to scroll or your current business or your current job, in order to invest some time into, okay, what's going to be better for me? Spending that time actively looking, what's the knowledge? And the good thing is mentors. So find someone who's a couple steps ahead of you in some areas and be like, How did you get a good relationship? How are you making 10K a month or 100K a month? How are you so healthy? Because there's these people, that's knowledge.
Right. And once you find the right people, it feels like you're part of it. You're being motivated to do more of it. That's how I feel.
Yeah.
When,
like-
when I had this idea of starting my channel, and then, wow, this is fun.
12 bicyclists just showed up.
Yeah.
There's proof. Yeah. People think it's another concept I love in psychology, which is they think you need to be motivated before you take action. But actually, it's reverse. The more you take action on something, is the more you're motivated to do it. It's like you might not like a video game until you get into it.
Right.
And you're like, dude, I got to play this video game.
Right.
Oh,
When you first saw the news, and the
yeah.
first few episodes, like, then once you get into it.
This idea that I've worked on is everything is addicting. So let's say you start a business and you're like, it sucks at first, but then you're doing it, you make a little money, you're like, dude, I got to keep doing this. So just start the things that will lead to what you want, and you'll be addicted to doing that.
Align your goals to set them intentionally, and
where
you're getting every small step that makes you feel better.
In the morning, I'll work on my health. And in the middle of the day, I'll work on making money. And at night, I'll work on developing relationships I have. And so this is a good way to structure it. But then the problem with everything is addicting, where you are addicted to doing whatever you're doing. It's like you get this momentum from it, and then you get more motivation to keep doing what you're doing. Then it's harder to switch to a better thing because you're so addicted to whatever you're doing now. So it's have the knowledge to realize this is more of a dependence than is helping me, and be able to weigh the pros and cons of something. A lot of things in my life, like I've been able to do pretty quickly, where I see a dependence forming, and I'm like, this is nice, but it's actually not giving me what I need as much. Like it's taking more than it's giving me. And so sometimes it's just in the long run, where it's maybe you have a job that pays you $6,000, $10,000 a month or something, but it's like, this, I shouldn't just be satisfied with this. This is taking more than I could be getting with something else. Create an addiction to something good, but then the next step is, all right, what's the next best addiction to switch gears to? Because a lot of people, they are starting from zero. They're like, what's better than scrolling Instagram? It's okay, maybe do some sort of a side hustle. And then it's okay, now maybe I should research and see what would be even better. But start is a great thing. Like just start something, get addicted to it, improve.
That's what I'm trying to do right now.
Yes. How long have you been doing this? Like an hour?
Yeah, exactly.
You just started today?
Yeah, exactly.
This is your first day? Where was your other day? This guy got
really
really lucky by running into me. Yeah, baby. We're
chopping
chopping
like
this up.
maybe one person, one per episode. Yeah, but I'm gonna upload the video from head to toe with no editing.
Oh, I like that.
And then I'll pick out the highlights and 4 shorts.
Chop it up.
Yeah, just how there's more and more AI content flooding the internet, right? So how do we know what is not made with AI, right? Like how is this real?
In the future, the cool thing about humans making content than AI is because we can be like, oh, I can go meet that person. So meet and greets will be the difference.
Yeah.
Because AI creator you'll like, but you're like, I can never meet them in real life. But you might be able to go meet Mr. Beast somewhere, and that'll be cool. So it's like, that's the value that a human brings, because they're a real person that you can meet and hang out with. Those types of relationships, hanging out with people is great. All right, you got other questions? Any other questions? What do you got?
So what do you think?
Do YouTube channel.
The platform.
Yeah, YouTube, everything is like code and software, and it gets uploaded into a domain, and then that's a website, and the website turns into a platform with a user interface, and the user interface turns into YouTube. And the idea is everyone can upload videos, and then they'll favor people that have more views already, or like more subscribers. And so what it could do is it could change the world. If you get 8 billion views, everyone tune in because it's that valuable for them. Then you can change the world tremendously.
Yeah.
But even then, conversion's low. So you get 8 billion views, maybe only 100 million will click on the link, and then maybe only 1 million will buy. So 1 million buyers, the video is pretty good. Yeah. So
I want to increase different languages too. Major languages.
The whole Earth population.
Yeah, it's necessary to hear what people have in mind, what they think living a good life means, and maybe we can build something together that way. Well, goals align, we can do something.
What do you think the future is going to look like?
More fair and less stress.
More justice, less stress. And how are we going to accomplish that? Through education and knowledge?
Through collective action.
act
or react?
react.
Yeah, both.
Breathe before we react.
Is it a big change to breathe slowly?
We are biological creatures, and we're ran by our breath.
We can remind each other to breathe deeper.
Humans are limited by our memory and processing power. We can only think of so many things at once, and we can only remember so many things at once.
Cool to have someone to keep us.
Reminders are so important because you might have 10,000 moments in a day where you could be reminded of something.
Right. Wow.
But how much of your moments are you being reminded of the thing that's important? So set reminders on your phone. That's what I do a lot.
Picture reminder.
Yeah, it comes back to, I always know the big picture, which is make more money and have more kids. That's what's important with the future of humanity. And
But do you think money is like a zero-sum game? Some people have it and some people don't.
I like calculating everything. How many solar systems in the universe? How many dollars on Earth? And the world economy, a lot of people don't know, but I've looked into this. You look at foreign exchange, every dollar in every country is about 4 quadrillion, maybe 2 quadrillion. It's like some low quadrillion amount. And you divide that by the human population, you only have 100K per person or something, which is not rich. So that is saying what's currently existing. But it's not money that makes people rich, it's value. So everyone can create a lot of value. And if you're giving a tremendous amount of value, every day you're like, how can I help more people solve problems? And let's say you help 1 billion people, you'll have $1 billion. That's like the goal. So everyone could be rich, I believe. And then that would just increase the world economy. If everyone was helping everybody really efficiently, that would take the world economy from 2 quadrillion to 100 quadrillion because everyone's creating more value. So the dollar amount would go up to 100 quadrillion on Earth, or inflation would go down and the power of the dollar. So it's a lot cheaper for everything because everyone's just like loving giving the value. So as long as people are obsessed with giving value and doing great work and helping more people, then everyone could be rich.
Rich. Then
Let's
should a taco be $1 or should it be $1 million?
I guess the market usually decides this, or it's like what pricing should stuff be. But the idea is that everything would be so abundant because we're obsessed with helping each other that it's like communism, but like with capitalism, because we're all providing a service to each other and we're all paying each other for it. But imagine if everybody was helping everybody. Everyone had what we wanted.
Yeah.
Everything would be cheaper, but it wouldn't even really need money at that point because everyone has like, what you need. And money is important. There probably will still exist,
Right.
but it's like the providing value thing. So it's not a zero-sum game. I think it's a productivity game. If everyone was more productive, everyone will be richer. We got to educate people how and why to give more value. If you educate people how and why to give more value, everyone will give more value. It will be more abundant.
So what do you think about AI robots that are becoming more and more capable, can replace human labor entirely? Like at least the planets are going to that direction, right?
That's like saying there's only a limited amount of work that needs to be done. There's infinite work that needs to be done. And so, yeah, maybe the robots will take a lot of jobs, and then AI will take a lot of white-collar jobs. But then there's always work to be done. There's always more value that can be added.
What are you doing with no jobs?
So
what do we do?
It's the same thing we do without jobs. Is how do we create more value? How do we make the world more valuable? How do we help more people? If every job on Earth right now was robots and every other job was AI, we could still think, how can we make this better? And there would be a lot of ways to make it better. So
that's why I started this channel.
Just
talking about what we actually want to do. Yeah. Eventually, our jobs will be taken away. So what do we want to do?
But there's so many jobs. Like I think the need for a job outpaces how many robots could be created. So it's like you can create a lot of robots in AI, but it's
we've been talking to a banana.
But yeah, there's the need for work will outpace the capacity for AI as a server farm or data centers. Its processing power, labor power, will not be able to match the need for work ever. I'm not afraid of it. I think as long as you're creative and you're not afraid to adapt and do stuff better, then you'll have a great life. And if you're dependent on your job and you're like, I'm never going to have another job, then you're probably, I don't know, maybe beyond some universal basic income, or you'll be screwed. Like a lot of how I see this is when computers came out, it didn't get rid of people's jobs. More jobs today than when computers came out. It just gave one person, like one accountant, could do the job of 10 accountants.
Right.
But Everyone makes the same amount of money. So where's all that extra money going? If no one got richer, if the accountants are 10 times richer, it's the company employing the accountants, because now there's a bigger wealth gap between the owners of the companies and the workers. That's what happens. So when you get AI and robots, it's not going to take away people's jobs. It's just going to make everybody that does work more valuable to the company, and the company's wealth gap will grow more, and then they'll make like trillions of dollars. Just like when computers came out, it didn't really take jobs. It just made more productivity happen.
Yeah. So what's gonna happen to AI future?
We'll be more productive, and the companies that use these things will be a lot richer.
And do the people who are not part of the company or on the top earning class, do they get a share of this progress? To
So
the economy trickle down?
we all do. So like, it's arguable life today for a homeless person is a lot more luxurious than life for a rich caveman. So it's like, it does trickle down. There's a lot more free food. There's a lot more free housing. There's a lot
Food
more
used to
stuff
be
like
free.
that. And it took a lot of work to get it. Now you go to the food bank. Before you had to like hunt
Right,
and like
right,
gather.
right.
And so it was free, but it's a lot of work. It's still free. Like we can still go out and get our own food, but it's so much easier to just buy it. It's convenient. So that's where capitalism is good, because it's providing value. If it wasn't valuable, these things, if we could do it on our own, we wouldn't pay for it. And so one part is be educated, learn how to grow your own cows.
We grow food.
Yes, this is education. Where learn how to grow your own cows, learn how to grow your own food. But it can be more valuable society if you learn one skill really well. If you're like a master coder instead of a generalist, where you can do 100 jobs, but your time is used on all these things. You can't devote and really gain deep knowledge in one way, because humans are limited by our memory and our processing power. So because of that, maybe we can only master 2 or 3 skills in our life, but then we're so much more valuable than everyone else in the world, because we're these craftsmen. Instead of just a generalist, we do everything. So that's where we can provide more values by going all in on one direction. You should know how to do everything, but you shouldn't use all your time trying to do everything, because you can probably do 1 or 2 things better.
Thank you.
You're
Let me
welcome.
the family.
Yeah, we're getting so many subscribers. Oh man, we're rich. Donate $1
How can money be used for good?
by investing in growing something more. You can give it away to people, or you can just buy stuff and then give the stuff away, or you can invest into something that provides a lot of value to people. If it's a software that helps a lot of people, or it's housing, you can build houses for people. You could make art and just make life more enjoyable for people. You can invest in projects that provide value to people. That's what money can be done, provide value to people.
Yeah.
I'm
Helping,
like, I'm biased
solving
towards
problems.
humanity.
Me
I'm
too.
biased towards humanity.
I'm biased toward chicken. Humans.
Meat
Right,
chickens.
yeah. I'm glad, because I feel like if we don't talk about this, we don't know who else shares the same dreams as us. And by having this platform here, I feel like we can share our dreams. I'm pretty scared of the cold. But the bar is cool.
Yeah. It's just another thing I realized. When extreme high or low temperatures feel the same to the human body. If you're really hot, you burn.
Just frying your nerve
Burn.
ending. That's,
Ah, my nerves. Burn. Cold burn. Freezer burn.
I feel like we need to move to get some blood flowing. Nice. Damn. This is a good spot. So do you come here every Friday? Or
Honestly,
yeah?
maybe every other Friday.
Me too. Yeah. Was that
Or where'd you go yesterday?
dancing?
Did you
I-
go dancing
yes,
yesterday?
yes.
Are you Korean or
Chinese.
What's your Chinese?
I was born here, but I grew up in China too.
Seattle. Born in
different-
Seattle?
In the US.
Where?
Can't tell you.
Portland.
No.
In Area 51. I can't tell you that. They're watching. They'll explode my brain if I tell you.
Top secret.
Dang, government. It's your
No,
government
no,
contract.
No, it's kidding. So I was born in Idaho.
Oh, dang.
Different.
You
Yeah.
the people I was born in Moscow.
Yeah, exactly.
dude.
Yeah. So
You're like, no, Idaho, not Russia.
yeah. So my mom went there for college, and it's funny. She told
You
me
were
that.
college baby? She was in college when you were born?
Yes, yes.
Dang.
Yeah, grad school.
So did you grow up with your mom and dad?
Mostly with my mom.
Okay, you
Yeah.
saw your dad.
One was little, and then until they got divorced
So like, when's the last time you saw your dad?
last year,
Okay, so what year are you born?
93.
When's your birthday? May 12th.
What are you trying to do? I'm a Gemini.
Okay, I know another guy who's like you. He's also like a May Gemini.
Oh yeah, he's like crazy guy.
Cool. He's pretty cool. He's a South Korean, they call it.
Oh, South Korea.
South Korean.
Like,
Whenever I meet a Korean, I'm like, so which part of Korea, north or south?
right. I want to travel around the world.
Yes. We got to get in there anyway. Top secret.
We're exercising the First Amendment, right?
Yeah, South and North Korea. Let's interview Kim Jong-un. That would be great.
Yeah,
I want to do that.
If you don't ask, you'll never get there. If you don't try, you'll never get it. So I've been thinking, who are some people that we can talk to?
Me. Them, everybody.
I mean, anyone in the world.
I want to talk to Putin.
Yeah.
I want to talk to Kim Jong-un, Barack Obama, Donald Trump, Joe Biden,
Bernie.
all those guys. Bernie, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Freaking every mayor, every president. There's only 200 countries in the world.
Yeah.
If we had all of them work together, we could change the world quickly because these guys have a lot more influence over all their citizens. So we need to create a better United Nations. Now. Yeah, the United Nations of us. Not to be confused with U.S. Yeah.
US of A.
USA. Yeah, USA. Canada, US. We're trying.
29.
Right at midnight.
Yeah.
Hey, that's rough.
Midnight is like the beginning.
What time of day were you born?
My mom said, I don't know, like from midnight to 4 or 5.
Ooh.
That's her answer.
Was she like one of those moms, like Chinese moms, that play violin and do math and like really making you do all that stuff, or no? She was? So you're good at violin and
A
math?
little bit.
Oh man, just trauma. Do more math. My dad was like that.
Yeah.
What was the most traumatizing experience you've ever been through?
So I shared that I was experiencing the war in Ukraine when it started. I want to share how I felt when I watched my mom and my dad fight as a kid.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it felt
getting
bad.
physical, and you cannot do anything about it.
They're like
You
punching
want-
each other in martial arts.
My dad was dominating that.
He
of
was
course.
like, he was winning big time. That sucks.
When you get physical, yeah, of course I was on my mom's side. And
Yeah.
I wanted to stop, first of
Yeah.
all.
You know, like
Then
doing,
my
like,
parents, you
Mortal
know-
Kombat, like round one.
Exactly.
You know, like, get outta here.
Choose who do you kill, your son or your daughter.
Yeah, no, none. None. Keep them both.
Exactly, right?
Another thing where
Yeah.
wars are so stupid. No one
Yeah.
should be killing each other. No killing. A lot of wars are like, it's the leader of the country having a problem with the other leader of the country.
Yeah.
And then it's like, hey, all of our citizens, you fight my war for me. It should just be like a cage match.
Do you know what that means?
Trial by combat.
Yeah.
I guess you're seeing who wins the fight, and then that's the winner. Like, it's determining who's right by violence. And that's how it goes. It's like, you could just say, let's have a debate, and whoever wins the debate, or let's have a boxing match between Putin and Ukraine guy, or Putin and Donald Trump, whoever
Right,
wins
right,
the
right.
boxing match is
Yeah.
right. But guess what? Fine. Even if they lost the boxing match, or if they did the boxing match thing, they could still be like, I don't like that. I've got a huge army. We can still fight. And so that's where it's pretty messed up, the idea of wars. That's what you're saying is, I don't want anyone to get hurt. I don't want either of
Right,
my
yeah.
parents or kids, no one should get hurt. There shouldn't be killing. We should be working together.
Exactly.
And so it's like, oh, man. Or it's like, why are you guys like, you just keep on making concessions and be like, okay, like, Donald, like Putin gets that, and then this guy gets that. So if no one's fighting, then the other people just take their stuff.
So do you think that's how they control the water source?
We are a population held at gunpoint. Now, a gun isn't being aimed at us right now. Maybe they have some crazy drones out there.
Yeah.
But if we act up, we will be shot.
Who allowed them to do that?
We're not allowed to
And-
shoot them
and
by
they-
acting up.